So Michelle, tell me about how you ended up Maine and Hastings.
Things ran pretty smoothly in my life up until the age of 15. And then my mom got hit by a car and was severely brain damaged. She had a very severe head injury and was in a coma for a long time. So as I was mentioning earlier, my mom and I were very, very extremely close. And I basically lost my mom at that time and became a caregiver. She was in the hospital for about a year, going to Lionsgate for 4 months and then continuing on to GF Strong. And I don't know if you know, but with a head injury, a person is almost completely different afterwards, completely different. So it's like I had mom 1 before and mom 2 afterwards. And she was so different afterwards, you almost wouldn't know she was the same person. The only way you knew is because she's in the same body. And she still had her warm heart and soul, but everything else was different. The way she expressed herself, even her favorite colors and everything were different. But with my, like I said, I got thrown into the, caregiving role.
Yes.
Yeah. And my dad was forced into almost being a single parent all of a sudden, and he and I were running the household, and
so what was missing? Was it the stress, or what happened for you at the time?
I think it was losing that person that was so close to me, that mother figure, that really changed things for me, and that changed the direction of things. I used to do very well in high school on the honor roll, and after that my grades plummeted severely because when you're at the hospital and doing so much care, we'd be there from about 8 in the morning till about 9 at night. We were there all day. I would go to high school, of course, but I'd come right after school to the hospital. And so doing homework and things like that kind of took a back seat to things.
And so then what happened from there to, choosing to use drugs to self-medicate?
Well, as like I said, my grades plummeted, and then what started to happen, mental health issues,
Yes.
really severe mental health issues started to surface, severe suicidal depression and obsessive compulsive disorder, and that was a definite change, huge change in my life when that surfaced in my early 20s. I ended up losing my job. Everything changed, and to start to self-medicate, that's what led me into doing heroin, because I found it helped alleviate the pain, and it would numb me out, and that's what led to me using opiates.
And so you mentioned mental health, so you were depressed. Were you ever put on medications by a doctor or psychiatrist? And did you use the medications, and then did you decide to self-medicate? I mean, how did it happen?
Yeah, I did see a doctor fairly soon after I started receiving symptoms, as people were coming up to me before I lost my job saying, we got these pamphlets at school talking about depression and mental health, and they came up to me saying, gee, I think you need to get some help, right? But so I did see psychiatrists and doctors, and did take medications, but there's so many medications out there, it's hard to find the right combination.
Yes.
And for the longest time, I didn't take them properly and things like that. So that also played a part, not taking your medications properly, so it's not, helping your mental health, and that's why I started to self-medicate with the heroin.